On July 2nd, 2005, 45-year-old Kenneth Pinyan was dropped off at the Enumclaw Community Hospital. One of the men who brought him asked the staff for help, and they then found Pinyan deceased in the waiting room. The anonymous man then took the opportunity to flee the hospital, to leave with his companion who drove him and the body there. When the body was examined, it was found that his death was caused by acute peritonitis due to a perforated colon caused by a foreign object in the anal canal. Later, this death would be ruled as accidental. Years before Pinyan's death, he'd received an injury which affected sensation in his lower body. With it, feelings of pleasure were reduced or entirely eliminated, and so Pinyan began seeking new ways to explore sexually. Eventually, he involved himself within a group of Enumclaw zoophiles and began engaging in receptive anal sex with horses. To entice the beast, they'd cover themselves with pheromones to coax the horses into sexual activity. The night of Pinyan's death, they'd attempted to rape a horse which belonged to a member of their group. However, the animal put up too much resistance for their taste, and so they decided to trespass onto a neighboring farm to assault one of their steeds. One member took their turn without sustaining any major injuries, but Pinyan wasn't so lucky. During the course of the act, Pinyan's colon was perforated, and he died shortly afterwards. His two partners panicked, and decided to drop him off at a hospital, perhaps thinking he could still be saved. One of said companions remains unidentified. The other surviving accomplice was Michael James Tate. Pinyan and his zoophile companions had previously filmed other encounters with horses, and so it is very likely that the incident which led to his death was recorded. A video of Pinyan engaging in sex with a horse would circulate online, going by multiple names: Two Guys One Horse, Death by Horsecock, and Mr. Hands. The instance which is widely viewable is not the fatal instance, and any footage that may exist has never surfaced online. While imprisoned before trial, James Michael Tate was contacted by the notorious Douglas Fink, otherwise known as Fausty. He was one of two founding members of the Zooier Now podcast with Toggle the Rat, and has since died of prostate cancer. Spink had spent most of his life in and out of prison, having faced charges for crimes such as cocaine smuggling and running what is described as a bestiality brothel. It is a small world, and many infamous zoophiles from the last 20 years have had contact with one another. Pam Roach, a member of the Washington State Senate, created a bill which would outlaw bestiality within the state. It made videotaping a person engaged in a sexual act or sexual contact with an animal, either dead or alive, illegal. The law was easily passed, with no senators voting against its passing. Senate Bill 6417 makes it a C-class felony. Tate pleaded guilty and was placed on probation.